Hello. I'm waiting for. Hi. Hello. Am I live? I think I am. I'm waiting for YouTube. And it always, I guess there's about I don't know, 10-second lag. So today, hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Janice. Okay, I'm glad I'm alive. It's always good to know that you're alive and doing well. Well, I don't know about well, but I had one of those nights. God, I hate those nights, when you just can't sleep and then you just can't get up because you're so friggin' tired. And so it's been a very slow start. I've gotten very little done today. Hi, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. I just saw you over well enough. Yeah, that's it. Well enough. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, I know. I've had more and more of those. But so what did I do this week art wise? Well, I did one little piece that I really am very happy with. Well, you did physical labor. You weeded and worked in your garden. Just taking it easy. Yep. Yep. Um, I showed you last week that I bought that collage du jour book by Lucy Delclos. And I am enamored of this book. I am loving every page of it. And I've been reading through it page by page. And there was a really neat exercise that they did back during COVID, I think she said, where you basically create the alphabet with shapes. So I did that. I cut out shapes for every letter in the alphabet. And I liked them so much that I actually framed them. And I will show you them framed. I haven't taken a picture of them yet. Now they're framed, so they're going to be. I bought. I bought a bunch of cheap frames from Amazon. Let's see, that's not too bad. So there's my alphabet by shapes. Not too bad. So you can obviously see the apple and bottle and cat and dog, elephant for E, F for fork, G for glove, H for house, island, jellyfish, king, I got a king's crown there, a leaf, a moon, a noodle, an orange, a pea pod, a question mark, whoops, no, a question mark, a rake, a shovel, a teacup, an umbrella, a vase, the letter X, waves, yellow, and zigzag. So this was a lot of fun to make, and it looks really good framed. And I wrote out the letters, and I said alphabet by shapes, inspired by Lucy Delclos. And yeah. So that's what I did this week. I guess. Cutting out paper shapes. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Rose. And hi, Lygia. Seen Lygia all over the place today. So we're over at Maker's Mark. Pinsor over at Shannon's. So welcome. Welcome. So I'm going to kind of continue working through this book. I did one of her pieces 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I did that on a 12 by 12 box frame, a box canvas. And when I did the lines got kind of messed up a little bit. So there's no way of fixing that. So I'm not real happy with that. I mean, I could remove, hi monkey 911T. You told me what your name was. And Monkey always leaves a comment, and I so appreciate that. She is really great. I think Monkey's name is Mary? Oh, it's Colleen. Yes, Colleen. Yes, I knew that. Colleen, thank you. Why can't I remember that? Colleen. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, Colleen. So I'm going to continue with some of her neat kind of exercises to do to create more collage papers. She does mostly paper collage, cutting out paper shapes and adding lines and kind of stuff like that. I'll show you one of the examples of her work. Stuff like this that I really think is super cool. And I feel that I'm not intimidated by that because there's real no serious drawing involved. I mean, there's obviously composition and there's a lot going on, but I just like the whimsicality of them. If that's a word? The whimsicality of them. So, and then they have like 60 projects in this book. And so I'm going to be working, you're going to see me a lot in this book. So, and yeah, they did like 60 projects, and she's got a lot of step-by-steps, and talks about Matisse. Matisse is a famous artist. Hi, Shannon. I enjoyed your stream. I'm watching you make your beautiful tags. Matisse, famous French artist, and he had a horrible illness that left him bedridden. And so we just started cutting out shapes and different colored pieces of papers and made these beautiful masterpieces. And that's what she was talking about, what an inspiration his style of art was for her. So one of the cute little exercises, and this is just one of those things you get if you own stocks and they have a board meeting, a special notice meeting of board shareholders, and it's just filled with really great paper. It's light. Hi, Tammy. And it's perfect to kind of do what I want to. She said, get an old book. And I don't really have too many old books. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw it with watercolor. I'm just going to highlight each line in one color, turn the page, and do a different color. And then when I'm done, hi, Debbie. Debbie, we missed your sale. It was the 24th, wasn't it? Oh my God. It was late. Hi, Lydia. Oh gosh, I wanted to be there. So, and then when you get done with it, you know, if I could go through this, I'd have a whole book of different colors that I can tear out and use for various things. So let's pick. I'm using my grabby watercolors today. They were the rage a while ago. I have the grabby markers too. You missed it too? Oh, that's great. We didn't miss it, Kathy. It was moved to May 3rd. That's next weekend, isn't it? My gosh, where did April go? Oh, Lord. Anyway, people were raving about these, and of course, I'm so gullible. I jump on the grabby bandwagon. I love their markers. I got their markers. That was the latest grabby grab. I get it, grabby grab. So I'm going to use these today. And I've got my thing of watercolor right here. And this is going to bleed through, so maybe I will, maybe I'll put a piece of paper underneath that I don't really care about. I was going to, I have a little scrap tote next to me where I've just labeled it, what did I label it? Paper of all different kinds. And it's just chock full of various stuff. And I was surprised how much stuff was in there. An abounding amount of stuff. I thought I had something that I could, yeah, I'll use this because I don't think I'll ever use these. We were talking about freebies. There is a lot of good freebies out there if you want to go look for them. I'm talking about that in Shannon's. Hi, Diane. Hi, Messy Palette. Diane. And what brush should I use? I think I will use this brush. This is a black velvet, number 8 round. And I think we'll do the first page. We'll do, I probably should have spritzed these. Let's do a nice red. Roll this over in the red. Let's see if I can do a straight line. That's another problem. So I guess you just do this. And this is kind of easy, and I can talk and kind of read chat while I do this. I think this will be kind of fun when you end up with a whole slew of different pages and you just rip them out as you need them. Because you can buy collage. Hi, Julie. Good to see you today. I think Julie and Diane are in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure Julie is. And I'm pretty sure, well, Messy Table AU, that's a bit of a clue, isn't it? Because there is a Messy Table US. And that Messy Table is in Texas, is what I know. So let's see, we'll do this. I'm doing pretty straight lines. So I hope you folks that live in northern climates are finally experiencing some spring. I think I saw somewhere where you had a cold snap. Someone said, I don't remember who, but someone in Shannon's stream said it was 21 or 9 there. And I think, Kathy, did you say it was 21 where you are? You woke up to a cold morning? Can't remember. Well, we are starting to get hot. But April's been really nice weather-wise. But today it was 86 and tomorrow 40s. Ooh, 86, and I think it's going to be close to 90 this coming week. I'll try to make sure I leave some white in between the lines. Our big problem is that we are in a really, really bad drought. We haven't had rain in weeks. I'm having trouble staying on these lines. This is good practice, though, for trying to draw a straight line with a paintbrush. I could use a smaller paintbrush, but we'll muddle through. 58 currently. Yeah. I mean, where you are, Kathy, what would you say is the average temperature? Do you have well, you had pretty cold weather. And you don't have to worry about a drought, I think, where you are. Hi, Adria. How's my special favorite weenie woman? I guess people that have dachshunds are just really, really. You either love them. Well, I don't think anybody would hate a dachshund, or you're indifferent to them. Now, are there miniature dachshunds that are small? Obviously, would be smaller than a standard dachshund. Hi, Rose. Oh, you get lots of rain this one. You're just so green there, yeah. The next thing I was going to say, the only thing that's green here, and it's barely green here, is the golf course. Oh, you have a mini? Aw. How much does the mini weigh on average? Mini dachshund. That's so cute. I guess the regular dachshunds are pretty good size. You know, it's a little dog, but it's still pretty hefty. £12. Okay. All right. Okay. My cat used to weigh 12 pounds. But since her kidney issues, she has lost 3 pounds. Because the last time I took her to the vet, she was only 9 pounds. Talked about this last week. I think she's in the beginnings of kidney failure. The doctor didn't say that, but she's on special prescription cat food. She can't process protein. Oh, Dorset button. I know what that is. I love Ava. I'm a Patreon of Ava's. I love her stuff. I have learned so much from her, and I've made so much of her stuff. And she has so much available if you're a Patreon. Yep. I'm a huge fan. I guess I discovered her about 3 or 4 years ago. Oh, okay. All right. There's just so much talent out there and so much inspiration. I get overwhelmed. Sometimes I don't think I have an original thought in my brain. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have people to be inspired by. I just try to make sure I give credit to everybody that, inspires me, so to speak. And I think most of us are very good at doing that. We really try. I'm not very good at putting links in, but I always at least try to mention the person. I am making a collage papers for future use. And I'm just watercoloring lines in a shareholders thing, and each page is going to be a different color. And then I'll have this whole book that will be just filled with different colors. Yeah, that's what you told me. Yeah. Yeah. You told us, yeah, you lost Tay just a couple of weeks ago. See, my vet hasn't said it yet. She just told me what she was happy she didn't have. She thought, her wording, not mine. Oh, I thought she was going to be a thyroid kitty. But they ruled thyroid out and they ruled diabetes out. The problem, so the process, the kidney can't process protein, I guess. And that's, so this diet, this Hills Science prescription stuff is, I guess it's made so it's low protein. It is sick. Oh. Oh, thank you, Judy. Yeah, that's a perfect day for mowing lawn. 67. That's good, Doug. Outside temperatures, not too hot, not too cold. God, I haven't mowed a lawn. Well, I haven't mowed a lawn in 25 years since I moved to Florida. But I mowed a lot of lawns in my day. Yes, it has to do with low phosphorus or something like that. Okay. Because they take care of all of the lawns here. Here. Now, I don't know whether I want to do all of this up here because I don't know whether well, let me just do it just in case I would decide to use that. Silly not to, right? We'll just go ahead and do all of this. Whoop, whoop. Little sound effects. Whoop. Notice a special shareholders meeting. It's amazing all the paperwork that these companies have to send out. There. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, for me, for Lily, it was she drinking an enormous amount of water and hungry all the time. She just wants to be fed all the time. I mean, every time I would get up, she want to be fed. And irritable. And she'd get very antsy. And she gets very agitated. All right, let's do another one of these because I know this would be very boring if you watch me do a couple more of these, but you get the gist. So now I have really nice collage paper that I can cut out or glue down, or especially for this type of collage where I am doing just oh wow. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're in remission. That's awesome. Hi, Andrea. Okay, so let's try another one of these wonderful ideas. And I'm using, for another idea is to glue strips of various colors of paper. And I'm using copy paper. I want to use something that's light. Not too heavy. So this is lightweight. And you can't really see it, but I made a whole bunch of papers a while ago for a different, and I think I want to go, Well, let's go this way. And I'm going to glue these down. And they're just going to be various colors of things. I got some greens. And these are papers that I painted. It was an old book. And I painted, this is acrylic that I used. And it was another stream I did. But I painted a whole bunch of... And I'm just going to cut these in strips. And glue them down. And then that's another, interesting. That really doesn't go, does it? But you know what? Ask me if I care. I really don't. Does it really have to go? I was going to get out my color cubes and pull one of the cubes and just see, and then just try to, I should do that, and use the colors on the color cube and just find papers that match those colors and glue those down. Oh, same thing, Ligeia. That's what we did. Debbie. Yeah, I bought but I did buy the dry Hill Science kidney food also. I saw that. Yes. That's a great journal. Yes, I saw that. I did try but I haven't given her any of it yet. I'm giving her the last of the Imes, and she's really not doing... Oh, she drinks water all the time. That's not a problem. I know some cats... I had a contractor who had a cat that they couldn't get to drink water, and they got one of those motion things, and it's excellent. It's one of her... Well, I shouldn't say one of her best, because I don't think there's anything that she's done that I haven't enjoyed watching and tried. Hi, Mitzi. Oh, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're well. Things are going okay with you. I am making collage papers, and this is just glue a bunch of strips of paper together. And then you can draw some designs. I might draw some faux stitch marks on. Let's see, how about this limey green here? See, these little shapes I could use in her thingies, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to think about that today. Let's do a thin strip here. I started to say, I give her the food, and I give her a little bit, and maybe you have some solutions. And she's got a stainless steel bowl that she eats in, and I give her this, and it smells really good, and it's the chicken vegetable concoction, right? And she eats it, and then it's very moist, and she obviously eats a lot of the liquid or the juice or the gravy. And then she spreads a lot of the food out. And so now the food is all spread out up against the rims of this stainless steel bowl that is meant to be a pet food bowl. And then I go and get a spoon and put it all back in a pile in the middle, so she can get at more of it, and then she eats a little bit more, and she still ends up spreading it all out up to onto the sides of the bowl. So today I went looking for a different design cat food bowl, and okay, Andrea. So I found a different design of a bowl on Amazon. It wasn't expensive, and I don't know whether it's going to be any better. I don't know whether you can, I don't know whether I'm describing what my problem is clear enough to you guys, but she kind of spreads the food out, and then she doesn't end up eating a I would say if I give her a half a can, then she probably eats half of that. And then I decided I would feed her 3 times a day, give her a third of the can. But whatever I give her, she ends up eating half of it. Or at least that's what it seems like to me. I don't know. I love a good thunderstorm too. Oh, you're an amateur storm chaser. Wow. That is cool. I don't know. I'm a wuss when it comes to hurricanes, as some of you already know, because some of you were kind enough to keep me company last year through, oh, what hurricane was it? Helene? I can't remember. Okay, yeah, your cat. Well, this bowl doesn't have, well, I guess this bowl, yeah, the one I got is more of a concave. It's a rounded corners, and that's what I'm hoping that might work. And it's on a little stand, so she doesn't have to bend over that much because she does have arthritis. I used to put her wet food just on a plate, but the same thing, she just smears it all over the place, and then it is then on the floor. I use small glass bowl, shallow, small well. Where can it? Yeah, yeah. So this is, I'm assuming this is just a common thing, and if she were a dog, that would not, they would just lick every last bit of it. Because I think her teeth are still pretty good, because she does eat the dry kibble. And that's all she lived on, was dry kibble for years. But she eats her dry kibble. And I started giving her wet food because she is arthritic. And I wanted to use the cosamine arthritic capsules. So you buy the capsules and you open them, and then you sprinkle the powder on top of the food. And it had to be wet, right? So I started giving her that sprinkled over tuna fish. And I have come to I think I may have caused her to have mercury poisoning, because I went online, and apparently that's not that uncommon. And it said it's okay to give your cat tuna fish, maybe a tablespoon once a week. But she was getting over a tablespoon of tuna fish every day. I said something to the vet, and she didn't seem too interested in my theory, but I think that may have something to do. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Yep. Yeah, that's a good point, Julie. We're all a little cranky when we're in pain. I have arthritis. I understand it. Hey, it's a bitch to get old, whether you're a pet owner, or a person. It's just not fun. I wonder if I can just stick these little pieces in here like so. And do I have a square piece here I can stick? Here, maybe. Maybe here. I'll glue these down and come back. I've heard of that. I've seen that as a suggestion. I wonder if that has much of a flavor. Oh, I know what I could do. Oh, that's why this stuff, I couldn't, when I pulled this off, it stuck to the here. And the reason why it stuck to here is I was using it as a glue platform. Hi, Safia. I am making collage paper. So I'm collaging strips of paper onto a bigger piece of paper that will then be made as a collage paper. This doesn't really belong here, but I'm still going to put it down. So there. And you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably make a copy of this. And then it'll be easy to cut up. Ooh, I could make a copy of this onto the latest craze in crafting world is the washi tape paper. And then it would be on washi tape. And I could cut out shapes and just stick it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I am doing. Sticking paper on paper to make paper. I like that. And this is for paper lovers. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and pull out some paper from my paper lovers flow magazines that I have. I've got several flow magazines that are like treasures, right? I've got a bunch of them and I don't use them. And I don't know why I should be using them because there's all sorts of goodies in the flow magazines. I mean, they're prohibitively expensive. And I guess there was rumor that they were going to start selling them in the United States again, but I don't know whether that was confirmed. Yep, I have full page stickers and I have the washi tape sticker paper too. So I've got two. And I found another sticker paper, which is awesome. It's vinyl, clear, transparent sticker paper. So you can print on it in an inkjet printer and it dries immediately. When you peel off the thing that you've done, you stick it on anything and it's transparent. It's like one of those transparent stickers. I do. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I noticed that it's just a tad too wide. And what I did was the little things that move inside the printer, I put it as wide as it would, and I can fit it in there, but it must be, well, Safi would know. What size is that? An A, what is the size that's close to our 8 by 10? Yeah, I would say it's about an eighth of an inch on each side. Yeah. Is that an A7? The European size is a little, but it's not longer, is it? I don't think it's longer. It's just a little bit wider. I'd have to, but I noticed it was wider than, the printer paper that I have in my printer. Okay. This is kind of pretty. I'm liking it. She likes it. I feel like Mikey. She likes it. So you too can make paper with paper by gluing paper on paper. I'm not quite ready. Yeah, once you cut it, it's fine, yeah. Yeah, I took a whole bunch of my just stamps that I use and just stamped whole sheets of it with stamps. And then you can cut them out and stick them like washi tape. But this would be pretty on it. You see what I'm doing? I need to come up a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I'm always crooked. Upside down and backwards. That's me. Dyslexia rules. It's okay. Come on. Can't get that. Oh well, it's okay. I'll cut that little bit off. I'm not going to worry about that. I think I'll just stick that there and that there. Why not, right? Why not take some little pieces and stick this here like so. Maybe, maybe not. So as I said, I'm using 20-pound copy paper. I didn't want to use anything heavier than that. A paper that I love printing on, and I have it in my laser printer, is 32-pound. It's called 32-pound, like premier. It's like resume paper. And it's not as heavy as cardstock. Hi, Barbara. But it's considerably heavier than regular printer paper. And it's like a bright white. And I use that a lot. But I only have it loaded in my laser printer. Somebody there? Maybe? Oh, I like that. Maybe I should do that. Wait a minute. I have those scissors. And of course, they're horrible. But you get what you pay for. They were cheap. They came like, there's 10 of these little things. But I'm thinking I like this edge here. So maybe I will cut that. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. So let's draw a little line here, a little tick here. And, oh, wait a minute. That's even better yet. Well, yeah, let's see if I can line it up. Well, you get a little ripple here, a little scallop. I mean, I have pinking shears. I did make a little more. Let's see. I use these when I make faux postage stamps. Oh, that's kind of cool, huh? I like that. Let's glue that down. Should I go around? I guess I'll go around this side. Oh, you have a beagle too? That's cool. We had a beagle named Danny who lived outside. See, that's something like this will be great in one of those collages when you do that. But I'm not. He lived outside in a penned-in area in the backyard, and he had a doghouse. And I don't think he ever came in. Maybe he came in the wintertime. I just don't remember. My sister would walk him at night to meet up with her boyfriend. And that's cute was they were going to walk. She was going to walk the dog. And her boyfriend, John, had a basset hound named Ollie, I think. And they would meet up nefariously in their walks. And then John would come over and they'd go down into the basement. And my father would send me down to check on them to see what they were up to. And then John would give me a quarter to get lost. And I very happily got lost. And I didn't, they were doing that yucky stuff. They were kissing. Ew, gross. So I took the dollar and ran. And my father would say, well, what are they doing? No, nothing. They're just talking. Puppy love. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's a good one. Puppy love. Yes, it was. Well, they ended up getting married. Yeah. Talk about high school sweethearts. They were it. Classic high school sweethearts. Okay. What do we need? Whoopsies. Let's see, what colors? How about sticking some purple down here? I'll just do like so. Do like so. Glue that here. Oh, man. It's a little bit too short, Ann. Well, do it again. Do it again. Cut it out. Oh my God, I did the same thing again. Jesus. Isn't that the definition of idiot or stupid or whatever? You do the same thing over and over again with the same outcome. Oh my God. I don't know why I just don't cut it long. Yes. I love Adria's new name. I first discovered her new name at Debbie Epps' stream, I think. And I said hi to the weenie lady, and she said, it's me, Adria. I keep on, oh, I'm liking, that's pretty colorful. Wow, that is very colorful. That is really looking good. Oh, the definition of insanity, that's it. I knew it was one of those. My oldest son and I got to play our video game yesterday for 3.5 hours. We're playing Tom Clancy's Division 2. And we can play together as a team, which is what we want to do. Well, I guess, oh, I haven't used this. Ooh, how about this right here? And I will cut this little piece off right here, like so. Division 1 game takes place in New York City. And Division 2, the second game, takes place in Washington, D.C. Okay. Whoops. Well, that's not a bad idea too, to do that. I don't know why I'm cutting this off. When I print it, it's going to be white anyway. I felt like cutting it, so I'll cut it. Oh, Debbie, that's a great idea. I could do that, couldn't I? I can glue all this. I mean, if I make more of these, I can glue all of this on, because I save all of that packing paper from Amazon, and I have rolls of it all neatly rolled up. That's a great idea. Thank you. I don't know whether you're referring to doing that like this on that, but that's a great substrate for this, and I wouldn't have to waste printing paper. Are you? Yeah. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls about that wide. I haven't saved any of it in a while but it makes great gift wrapping paper. And Joe DeFee, she crumbles it up, and then she takes ink pads and just rubs it over, because the crumpled up, it gives it ridges, and then she splatters gold on it and silver, and it makes really, really cool wrapping paper. Hi, Janet. Yes, and thanks for the reminder for thumbs up. That would be awesome. Okay, this sticks out like a sore thumb, but when I go to use this, I can always just cut that out. I know. Well, there's only so much. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, if I get low again, I will buy some more. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Okay, this reminds me of these color bands here. It reminded me when they would have the sign off on color TV. At the end, they'd have these colored bands across. Okay, how about trying another collage paper idea? Oh, I was going to use some of this. Now I can make another one. I have other stuff I was going to use. I've got some jelly prints from Robin McClendon that I printed off. Oh, the other thing is really fun is this is coffee filter paper that I've already. This is rubber bands around a toilet roll thing, and I stuck it on a lint roller, lint roller thingy, and the toilet paper sleeve fits right on that, and I wrap rubber bands all around it. Hi, Mindy. And then just did this, and then I glued like leaf shapes on another one and did the same thing. So this is part of the scraps that I can use when I start doing these things that I want to do. Okay. Oh, this is what I'm going to do. All righty. The directions are plastic ruler, I have medical stuff too. I've got the stuff for the dentist. I forgot about that too. Yeah. But it's not real big, but I guess they put it on the back of your head. But that is nice stuff too. Because I've got the wet tissue too, and you're right. Bubble wrapper is at a premium. You don't see bubble wrap is that much anymore. Yeah. I mean, I've got quite a bit saved, but you're right. You don't see. And what I'm going to do, the directions are she takes and paint markers stripes. Use a plastic ruler to draw lines with 3 colors of paint markers using a light tone, a medium tone, and a dark tone on a sheet of white printer paper. And I'm going to use my new Kurtaki dot pens. If I can figure out how to open it. I did open it once upon a time. Does it open this way? Must open this way. Okay. Oh, I'm missing one. How did I lose one? Huh. That's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I thought I bought 26. Oh, well. Okay. Okay. These are really cool. I'm going to use them in another thing too. All right. So a light tone. Does that mean it has to be the same colors or just a light tone? This would be a light tone, right? And this would be well, that's a light tone. That's a pastel tone. Maybe these are pastels. I probably shouldn't use the pastels. All right, why don't we use... Well, we could do the pastels, right? We could do this tone. I think that's a light tone. Or this is oh, I don't like pink. Why am I having so much trouble? All right, we're just going to pick 3 colors that kind of go together. Screw it. All right, how about those 3 colors? The light tones, right, would be the pastel. Okay, yeah. Well, these will work. Okay. Let's see. Whoops, wrong. Oh, this is, can you imagine? I can't imagine you watching me do this, but. Oh, this is cool. Let's see. Whoops, pick up the right one, Ian. This is fun. I just have to say, this is really a lot of fun. See, I'm going to hold this up. This looks so cool. You see this? Doesn't that look cool? All right. So I haven't, you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. And since these are a dot thing, they put down a nice, I can do a wider line, which I've started to do. Oh, this is fun. Whoops, too narrow. Oh, that's going to be really neat. I can just see that. I'm already planning out. I think I'm going to, when I do my first one of these paper kind of shape collages, I think I'm actually going to have like maybe a house thingy. And I framed my alphabet thing, and I'm going to unframe it, take it out of the frame, and then make some copies of that. And I could use those on some of my, just stick them there randomly. I might do that on sticker paper. I like these three colors together. Whoops. Wow. Exam paper. Well, yes, that's the next one. That's the next one I'm going to do is dots. Yes, yes, yes. That's the next one. And she did dots on, which was really neat. She did dots on music paper. I only have heavy music paper, but I guess it doesn't matter because you're gluing these pieces of paper down. And that looked really cool. Okay. Green, lavender. I got to try to stay straight. See if I can gradually straighten myself out. No. Oh, well. Maybe I can. Just kind of do this. I got a little crooked there. Whoopsies. Slow down there. Screwed that up. Oh, well. I spent the day watching just one reel after another. Oh. I know how to save them now, and I have my own little collection of food ones and art ones. Well, these pens are fun. And they do bleed through, which is fine. No matter to me. Whoopsies. I probably should have, smart thing. Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty lucky. My internet very, knock on wood, very rarely ever goes down. Even during hurricanes. Because all the utilities, well, cable's underground anyway. Everything's underground here. I'm thinking if I did this again, I would measure the paper. You know what I mean? I would just take the ruler and do little like 1/8-inch ticks across the top and the bottom, and then you could just line up those dots, and then you would have, it would be not consistent. I mean, I don't think I'm doing that bad of a job. And that little bit of white kind of looks so good. I think it looks good. No, I like that. Let's see. So question to my experience. Foam. Ooh. Yeah. You can't beat glitter glue. It's pretty good stuff. I use it for anything that's kind of heavy-ish. And then I use the glue stick for paper stuff. But anything that's like cardstock weight or heavier, I always use the glitter glue. This is really getting crooked, but we're almost done. It's getting pretty slanty though. Well, I guess you can't really see. I can see the slant. I don't know that you can see the slant. All right, a few more. Hang in there, folks. I'm almost done. It's so close to finishing. It'd be silly not to finish it, right? What I want to make on one of my streams is, I know that, oh my gosh, if anybody's been watching the Miriam, she is making the most massive journal. It is so awesome. With massive pieces of collage papers, deli print papers that are super grunge. And she's putting some of her beautiful beads on the binding. And she was working hard this morning. We were talking about the struggle is real. I remember stitching a journal on one of my streams. Man, I was sweating. The struggle was real. But this journal that she made, and it looked massive. But when she held it up next to her face at the end of the stream, it didn't look that big. I think maybe it was the angle of the camera that made it look really big. I know she had technical issues at the beginning of the stream, but I didn't sign in when she first went on because I was not awake. I mean, again, I had a lousy night. I don't think I slept at all last night. I mean, you do, but you don't feel like you did. All right, this is really getting, I don't think well, we're almost done. Maybe I can come out just a little bit each time. I wonder, can you just do that? And slowly straighten it out? Maybe. End on a straight note. I mean, I don't know why it has to be straight. Oh, it's really crooked. Oh my God. Oh Lordy, that was lavender. Oh, this goes after lavender. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, I guess, whoop. All right, I guess I'm at the end. There's my striped paper. I like it. I like it. I think I went pretty fast on this. At least it seemed like I was ripping through it. May not have been for you guys that are watching. I didn't even bother to take the tops. I mean, put the tops back on, because you know how long that would have taken if I stopped every time and put the tops back on? All right, now where are the rest of the tops? Oh, there they are. Okay. So these are the Tertaki Clean Color Dot Zig. I have their watercolor pens that are awesome. I've had them for years and they're still juicy. Okay. Now, let me put these away. I'm going to use I bought this set, which was a mixture of pastels and I guess regular colors. And I also got the metallic ones. And I might do just a series of gold dots on black paper. All right, maybe that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Maybe, why did I think there were 26? Or maybe it's, no, it's not right. I don't know. Yes, we can get it if it's at Spotlight here. Oh, okay. Okay. So number 1, number 2. Okay. Now, number 3. And I didn't close up my glue stick. Not too smart, Anne. Okay. Oh, I forgot number 1. I forgot number 1. Number 1. Now I'm thinking of leaving this in this book, and then I would just leave it in the book, and like when you're not doing anything, you just kind of put a different color, and then you'd have a whole book full of different colors. So that's number 1. We've done 3. Woo, okay. Number 4. Let's do these. I haven't tried them on black paper yet. But let's do some metallic dots. And we'll just do like maybe a couple of rows of gold, silver, and we'll use them all. See how they look on this. This is black paper. It's not cardstock, because I think cardstock again would be too thick. But you're going to be cutting these out and gluing them on another substrate. So I guess you could use something heavy like cardstock. You might even want to use some corrugated cardboard, and that would give great texture, I'm thinking also. So let's see what these look like. I haven't tried these on black paper, and that's always, to me, the true test of anything that's metallic, right? And let's hope it's a good metallic. Oh. Let's see if you can see that, and hopefully it'll focus. Look at that. Oh, is that not a beautiful gold dot? Holy shit. Excuse my French. I'll say it in French. Merde. Holy merde. Oh, that is very, very impressive. All right, I have to do slanty. Oh, I can see doing some neat designs by connecting this with the thinner. I know, aren't they, Barbara? I don't remember how expensive this set was, but I don't think they were horribly expensive. But I can see connecting the double ring. All right, let's try silver, shall we? Ooh, that's, I gotta move it up. Move it up. Silver looks good too. All right. Silver, the Long Ranger's horse. The Long Ranger and Tonto. King Sabi. That's what he would say. He would say King Sabi. King Sabi in Spanish is loosely translated as who knows. So that's what Tonto was saying to the Long Ranger all the time. And Tonto in Spanish also means silly. So they named him Silly. And he would go, King Sabi. Huh. I'm very happy with the silver. All right, let's try the other metallic colors. So why don't we do red? I don't expect the red to be very good. No. Well, I shouldn't, I don't know, Mitzi. I don't know. No. Well, the answer is they're dry. But they're actually, you can feel them. They're kind of raised up a little. Hi, Angie. They're raised up a little bit. You can feel it where I'm pressing pretty hard to get the biggest dot I can. Let's see what the red's going to look like. Oh, beautiful. I did not, these do deliver. Red is gorgeous. These are really super. Oh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wasn't even counting, but I might as well do 4 here. All right. And then next, green. I don't know what the green's going to be, how the green's going to be, but they've all been good. I'm going to move it up so you can see what the green's going to be. It's this way, maybe. Now I can come down here like so. All right. Oh, whoa. Wow. Doesn't take much to entertain me, does it, folks? Maybe I can get one more row in. Again, I'm pressing down really hard to get the biggest dot. And then on the other side of these pens, they also have has a Nero nib. So you could actually, I was thinking of, let me mess around. Oh, okay. That's okay, Angie. But I'm glad you stopped by. Take care. Let me play with this because this has an arrow. So you could do something like this. You could connect the dots. Well, you could be a little bit more careful and kind of go down the middle. And then you could go like so. Like so. You could make little X's. I guess you can't see that. Whoops, I'm sorry. See? Nope, I'm out of focus there. But you can do little lines. Bye, Safia. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's late there. Tomorrow's the beginning of another week. The kiddos go back to school. It's funny that doesn't show up. I won't do it so you can't see it, but I'm just drawing. No, I guess it just won't show up. Move this up a little bit. There's a lady that walks a golden retriever. And they have the same color hair. Oh, hi, Kathy. Bye, Kathy. Oregon, Kathy. I'm playing with my new Kurtaki dot pens. And this is the metallic set. And I'm making I'm making collage papers. And you can see the gold and the silver and the red and the green. It's very cool stuff. Wow. I like it a lot. I mean, a lot. That's going to be fun to cut out and use. I like them a lot. I was very impressed with the gold. Very impressed. That's good stuff. I have 2 more colors to do, but I won't bore you. But I will do the other 2 colors and then probably repeat until I fill another whole sheet of black copy paper. And this is black copy paper, not black, cardstock. It's copy paper. I can't speak. Copy paper. I need the other black sheet to do another black thing on black paper. All right, I need, where is it? Let me see. Ooh, I have to get up. I've got to look for it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoops. Well, I think you would use them and you would really like them. And we established that they are pigmented, so they are not water soluble, right? I think we decided that they're not going to. Did I try to remove them with water? Zig Clean Color Dot, water-based pigment. It says store them horizontally. Well, Zig and Kurtaki, Kurtaki I think owns Zig. They make just an incredible product. All right. The next suggestion she has is to paint wide white stripes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too, Rose. And I've been looking at the Sharpie markers a lot. Yes. So then, and this is, oh my God. Well, I have apple barrel. I don't have many of those fancy golden thingies. It's watching Patricia. She did a long haul today. I don't quite understand long hauls. I mean, I get them, but she did 29 different colors. It was pretty impressive. And this might be snotty. Oh no, okay. I thought it might be snotty because I haven't used it in a while. Sometimes you get these big boogers that come out. Okay, I'm going to take a flat brush. And this is my flat faux squirrel brush. Whoops. Meaning it's fake squirrel, Zen Art. These are pretty decent brushes. And the object here is just to paint some white stripes across this, but fairly wide ones. Okay, so let's see how this apple barrel is going to cover. That's pretty good. It's kind of good, but that doesn't mean I can't give it a second coat. Okay. My son is moving to Colorado, and the real estate agent is getting ready to kind of do a staging for the house. Because when he moved in, he was coming from an apartment and he hadn't owned a house for a while, and he wanted to paint the walls the color that he wanted to paint them. So he has some pretty outrageous accent walls. That's probably going to take more than one coat of paint to cover up. He was laughing today that he said it's going to take. I said, yeah, it is. But it's probably wise to have that done when you're showing the house to make it as neutral as possible. The real estate agent told him to take down all the pictures. He says people don't want to see your pictures. They want to imagine their pictures on the wall. So he's taken down all the pictures, and he had bought those frames that have, where you can do like collages of family pictures and vacations. And he had a lot of those that he had put together. So he's removed all the pictures from the wall. So it's starting to become real, you know. But they have a whole plan. They plan to put the house on the market May 7th. This is the same woman that sold him the house. So he really likes this real estate agent. And they've become friends. So he really trusts her. And then he noticed that the guy across the street from his had his house for sale. So he went across the street the other day and talked to the realtor just to see what houses were being listed for in his neighborhood. And he said this guy's house was 500 square feet. Yeah, he's moving from Utah to Colorado. Yeah. So he and the boys are going out to Colorado. I guess that weekend of May 7th. And he's got 6 appointments lined up to look at various rentals. And he wants the boys with him so they can have a say in where they live. So he's taking them with him. And he's going to go by the school that's hired him for next year. And he asked the principal, would it be all right if he came by? And the principal said, yes, that would be wonderful if you could stop by. So they're going to do that on the trip, check out the school. Yeah, I would think that's what I would think, Julie. I would get ideas and I would say, oh, that's really a neat idea using those collage type of frames. Or he had them going up the whole walls, you know, of a staircase. And then, yeah, but no, not according to the realtor. But he's going to have to take them down anyway. Well, thank you. Yes, I'm pretty excited for him. Yeah, it took him, I don't know, what did it take him, 2 weeks to get a job? Less than 2 weeks he was hired. He's a special ed teacher, elementary special ed teacher. He just found out they just got the numbers for next year for the position that he's leaving. And they're cutting back, of course. And he would have had 40 students. He would have had 40 students and 1 aide. Now he wouldn't have all 40 at the same time, but it's still a lot of paperwork, 40 IEPs and just a lot of, red tape and paperwork when you're teaching special ed. And I don't know what his load is going to be at the new school. It's going to be the same socioeconomic makeup as the school that he's at now, which is lower income. But so that'll be pretty much the same. And he said he got 4 children that tested out of special ed this year, those are good numbers. That they got their reading scores and math scores up high enough that they were. Oh, your mom worked in special ed? Yeah. I was a special ed aide before I became a teacher. And honestly, I knew that was something that I didn't want to do because I really didn't have the patience for that. So when I got my master's, I did not go into special ed. I know. Now you would not have them all at the same time, Roseanne, but still 40 is a lot of, and I'm talking kindergarten through fourth grade, so they're little. They're youngins. Okay. Now, the next thing we do to this is I'm going to add some faux stitches in between these lines. I think it's pretty wet. I'm going to dry this first, okay? And I will use my new dryer. I got a fancy one. Woo! Yep, it's wet. Oh, haha. Oops, this has got a high and low. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. That's a lot of paperwork. Exactly. And a lot of appointments for meetings, and a lot of times they would set up appointments and reach out to the parents, and the parents were hard to communicate with. Some of them needed translators, and to get all those people together, and then to have people show up when they need to show up. And then yeah, he had one little boy that they finally got placed in a more like self-contained type of special ed class because he was just totally out of control. I mean, he would attack my son. He would attack Richard. Richard's a large man, and this kid would attack him and scratch him, and break it, and cause him to bleed. And he couldn't ask him to do anything, and the kid would go off the wall. All right, I don't know. You know how these pens are. Oh, wait a minute. I've got better pen than that. The Signo, the Signo Uniball usually maintains its juiciness pretty well. I think I can put my hand down here. All right, so I'm going to do some faux stitches here. And then I think we'll call it a night. All right. I watched Louisa Hensel today, and she's making cards. And she did the neatest thing, made the most beautiful cards, but it was what she did to make the cards. I almost did that tonight, but it was pretty complicated, and I would have to substitute some materials to do it. I had probably 90% of the stuff. She's got a new Lindy's product, and it's called Magic Shakers, which it looks like what's the other Lindy's product? I have Bushos, and Lindy's other product are the, what do you call them? It's sprinkles, and you get I have those, but this is called Magical Shakers, and it seems like it's the same kind of stuff, but it's got a shaker top. You sprinkle it on water, or you add water and you get all these beautiful colors. But she used 2 stencils. She's using a 2 stencil thing, and she puts crackle paper paste through an open type stencil, a Timmy type, but an open design. And then when that somewhat dries, she puts down another, like a more elaborate closed design stencil, and then used texture paste. Oh no, used white metallic paste. I don't have white metallic paste, but I think that I would add white metallic paint to white, the texture paste, and make my own white metallic texture paste. That was my plan. That hack to see if I couldn't make something. And it's really interesting because you have an open design on the bottom and then a very flowery closed stencil on top. And these were Timmy stencils. I have some Timmy stencils. And then she put these Lindy's magical shakers things on them. And of course when you add the water, the water goes all over the place. It finds all the little grooves. And then she cut them up and put them on like a white cardstock paper. And what she did was she stitched them on. She put them on their sewing machine and she stitched them on with like a darker thread. Oh, they look so cool. And then she had a set of Timmy stamps called Noteworthy. Yes. Oh, and I have white pearlized white paint, Julie. That's what I figured I would use. I have Arteza pearlized white paint. Yes. That's what I thought I would do. But when she stitched these on the card face, and then she wasn't done. If you know Louisa Hensel, and then she put that on a brown piece of craft paper that stuck out a little bit. And then she started to embellish it with, pieces of fabric and that, I call it the boa, fuzzy kind of twine. It looks like a boa. And some of her multi-layered butterflies, just all sorts of neat stuff, and then she embellished them. But this Noteworthy stamp set, I just love the sentiment of the stamps. So I bought those, and they were very pricey, but I wanted them, and I had to get them at it's a stamping company that has the bunny rabbit stamping up, but with shipping and tax, they were $40, and that was an ouchie. But I haven't bought myself stamps in a long time. Even though the other day I said I was never going to buy another stamp. Yes, okay, they are Lindy's Magicals, but these are called Shaker Magicals, and they come in a jar, right? Hi, Aunt Bex. About that big, and then they have it's a neat design because there's like a plastic top, and then there's a little thing that you pop open. I think that's it, yeah. And it's in the top kind of, there's a flap, and you pop open the top, and it's got like a salt shaker. It already has holes in it. And it's really cool. So you can, and I'm assuming she's calling them shaker magicals. So I'm assuming they're her magicals, but in a shaker bottle. That's what I think they are. But Louisa wasn't familiar with her magicals, but that's what they were called. I couldn't think of it because I have the magicals, and I also have the brushos. So I thought, but maybe next week. Stuff like that, I really need to practice or do a prototype. Okay. What do you think? There we go. All right. So we can have a quick review of everything. Oh, wow. That's great news. That's great news. Yeah, I made my own shaker bottles too because I got the brushos in it. Well, I just poked a hole in it, holes in it, and I stuck a, push pin in them. That's good news. Okay, so shall we have a review of what we got done today? I'm pretty excited. And no, Lily, I don't have any food for you. I've already fed you several times. Okay, so we've got the white paint on black paper with faux stitching. We have the metallic dots on black paper using my cold, clear color dot pens from Kurtaki, which I'm very happy with. We have our just plain watercolor over lines of text. I'm using a notice special meeting of shareholders from the T. Rowe Price Asset Allocation Portfolio. And it's nice paper, and I plan to do that on a lot of these pages with just different watercolors, and I'll just have a whole book of that ready to tear out and use, or some of these pages. I had saved this to do gel prints. I did that, and then we did stripes, and I used the clean color dot regular pens, and it was just 3 colors. And I just did the same thing on a sheet of copy paper again. Got that done. And the first thing I did was I just glued stripes pieces of paper. This sticks out like a sore thumb, but this I can cut this out and just use that. But this is to be cut up. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably print this off on sticker paper. So that's what we got done today. So I appreciate all of you being here. I hope you got some ideas, maybe to try to make your own collage paper. It's kind of like a fodder school thing. And so that's all of them. I should really take a picture, shouldn't I? I never take a picture. That would be not a bad idea. Huh. I think I put this here. Like that, huh? Take a picture. Take a picture. It's worth 1,000 words. All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful week, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you showing up for me. Thumbs up would be great on your way out. And remember, if you can't be good, be careful and fabulous. Bye, all.